You know, there's been a lot of negativity in the world of mainstream animation recently. People are worried about AI taking jobs, and worse yet, people are afraid of dumbass executives who think AI is a substitute for human creativity and expression. And sure, that's troubling, a little dystopian, and it definitely makes me worried sometimes, makes me a little bit cynical, but at the same time, this year, when all this nonsense with AI and animators having to deal with so much crap from executives, I feel like I've seen more great animation than I ever have in a single year of my life. And do you know why that is? It's because people are making things. They're not letting anything stop them. They're still trying to make the stuff they want to make, telling the stories they want to tell, and making the art that they want to see in the world. Despite so many people saying that they're obsolete, that their jobs are going to be gone in a few years, they're going to be replaced by something, they're not worth it, they shouldn't even bother trying. And yet all of these wonderful artists still try. They still make things. Even when they have no money, even when they don't have the tools, maybe they don't even have the skills, they still try. They put everything they have into it because it's what they want to do. They want to make things. And you know what? That's something that at the very least is still worth celebrating in this fantastic medium. So join me today as we talk about some awesome indie animation.
Hello, my beautiful creatures.
Another day, another morning, another cool breeze passes by. Yet my hair is still at my shoulders, 'cause I'm stuck inside.
Hello, My Beautiful Creatures is a 2-hour and 20-minute stop-motion animated film from Joel Haver and Eric Bernhagen, or Knock Eric. The film follows a town of toys contained entirely in a man's bedroom who view this average man as their god. The film explores the toys' relationships with one another, the world they inhabit, and of course, their relationship with their god. It's a really interesting and very ambitious idea for a movie. This is technically the 14th longest animated movie ever produced, and it is fully available for free on YouTube. Now, naturally, this is an indie project, so looking at the animation before you right now, it's not, done at 24 frames a second or even 12. I believe it's done at 6, I think. It's a little choppy, but it feels like just enough movement, and it's shot in such a way that it's really not all that distracting. And the story is engaging enough that I was able to get through this thing in one sitting and had a wonderful time. Now, the story's not like perfect, it's a little bit bloated, but it is engaging. I did like all the characters. I wanted to see what happened to them. They set up a really interesting world that I won't spoil, because going into this movie blind, like, every single ambitious choice is a complete surprise. It was a surprise for me, and I want it to be a surprise for you, because you will be blown away by some of the things that they attempt to pull off in this film. It's already hard enough to make a stop motion movie, but to make one that's 2 hours and 20 minutes long, with musical segments, with a fully voiced cast, with all these interweaving storylines, with a real person interacting with the stop motion creatures at the same time, it is just beyond ambitious. And even though, it's shaky at times, the story gets shaky at times, it's still well worth watching, and it is a feat to behold. You can find Hello, My Beautiful Creatures in the description box below, or on Joel Haver's YouTube channel. It's a part of his 12 movies in 12 months, which are also worth checking out. And you probably know about Joel Haver. He was on Smiling Friends. You've also probably seen his online animations. They're fantastic. He's great. Check him out. And then, of course, there is Eric Bernhagen, or Knock Eric, who is easily one of the most underrated creators on all of YouTube. He is fantastic in Hello, My Beautiful Creatures. I cannot stress enough how blown away I was by his performance. He talks to these toys and interacts with this world in such a grounded, subtle, understated way that it just sucks you into the movie. It's like you're looking in on someone's real life and they just so happen to live with a world of toys inside their bedroom. He is so believable in the role. Despite how silly the movie may seem in concept, Eric elevates it to a point where you just get sucked in. He is just a fantastic artist. He's been doing so much cool stuff with stop motion recently. He's getting more and more ambitious with it. He has a new short coming out soon called My Chair. I'm beyond excited to see it because just in his little trailer that he put out, there is so much ambitious stuff stuff going on with the stop motion, so many fun shots, so many little things that look like I Spy pages. Like, it is a sight to behold. I love what he's doing. I think you will too. And you should check him out and support him because he has less than 50,000 subscribers. This guy, less than 50,000 subscribers. That should be criminal, okay? So go support Eric, go support Joel. They're both tremendously talented artists, and Hello, My Beautiful Creatures is proof of that.
Well, you're not from Earth and you're wondering what it's all about. No, you're from outer space where we shot these tapes that you found. So watch them and you'll know without a doubt what life was like on Earth. What life was like on Earth.
For Alien Eyes Only, created by Logan Ludwig. Good God, was this a find. I love my puppets, I love my Muppets, I love my practical, tangible things that come to life. So when I was recommended For Alien Eyes Only, I clicked on it almost instantly. I saw the puppets on screen, and plus that title is just fantastic. It makes it sound like you're seeing something you're not supposed to be seeing. It's kind of mysterious, it draws you in. It's a really smart choice. The premise for the series is that a group of puppets decide to make a series of videos that they intend on sending out into space to explain humanity and Earth to aliens. Super fun idea. It's ripe for comedy. It's ripe for parody. I will say there is a moment kind of towards the middle of the video where I feel like they get a little bit unstructured and improv-y, but this is the first episode, and what I'm going to assume is a series, and it can only get more structured and better as it goes along as they learn more things. Hey, if you don't know, the more you make things, the more you learn and the better you get. Your first thing is never going to be your best thing, and while For Alien Eyes Only does have flaws, on the whole, it's very charming, it's very funny, and I loved watching it. The premise and aesthetics of For Alien Eyes Only remind me of something that you might see on like PBS Kids or something like that, but geared towards a non-kids audience. There is a twinge of dark humor in this series. I think that on the whole, it's not aimed at kids, it's aimed at people that like indie animation and fun internet stories and characters from people that, you know, aren't in the mainstream, which of course is people like me and hopefully people like you. But seeing this Grandpa Earth character just made me feel like this was a show that was fit to air right after like Fetch with Rough Ruffman or something like that. And having the puppets go out into real world spaces was genius. It's not all shot on sets. Sometimes they take this Grandpa Earth character and put him into the real world, which adds so much to the series from an aesthetic perspective and a filmmaking perspective. It gives it variety and it's just great. The music in For Alien Eyes Only is awesome as well. The theme song is great and catchy. All the background tracks sound so good, and it even ends with a comedy song about Earth at the end, which I won't spoil here, but it was very funny. It reminded me of some Tim and Eric style musical segments and stuff like that, but less chaotic and crazy and kind of held within this story and this world. It's a great time. I absolutely loved it. I think you will too, and I cannot wait to see what they do next. So great work, Logan Ludwig, and everyone else who worked on this project. Please keep it up. And the idea to frame this whole thing as tapes sent out to aliens is brilliant. It's such a great structure for a series. I'm just over the moon. Keep making stuff, Logan Ludwig. Keep getting better. I guarantee you this could be something huge in the future. Just give it time. I absolutely loved it and cannot wait to see where you take it next.
They're not afraid to get ridiculous, and neither should I. I'm not the best artist, nor the most experienced, but what I can do is make an impression!
Loki IRL from Rebel Taxi. This is a pilot set in Spectrum City in the year 2051 with a super cool Cartoon Network from the early 2000s-esque futuristic art style. The pilot follows Bianca and her IRL art character, Loki, and these IRL art characters are drawings that artists make that then do battle to earn prizes, like getting to pitch their own animated pilot, or money, or clout, I guess. It's kind of a confusing interesting world. I'm sure it will be fleshed out more in the future. There's tons of like little entries and stuff on the Loki IRL website that kind of help flesh things out. But within the pilot itself, it's sort of just a backdrop for this story of Bianca and her, you know, lower tier IRL character Loki and their attempts to gain popularity and clout by doing battle with other IRL animated characters. First things first, the art style, the character designs, the world itself, everything that is, you know, drawn and pretty and colorful in this show is fantastic. I absolutely love just looking at frames from Loki IRL. I'm actually doing it right now as I record. The use of colors is tremendous. It's a beautiful looking show. I've seen people, you know, have comments about the animation in some areas not being great, especially outside of action sequences. But for me, it is perfectly serviceable and it's easily balanced out by this amazing art style with these characters. I just love looking at them. Now, it should be noted that in the opening of Loki IRL, Rebel Taxi makes a point to mention that this was 80% animated by someone who had never really animated before, which I'm guessing was Rebel Taxi themselves. And I gotta say, you could have fooled me because it looks fantastic. I feel like there's been some unrealistic expectations of animated pilots recently because we've gotten so many fantastic ones, and I'd put Loki IRL up with the rest of them even if it doesn't have constant fluid animation across the entire project. Maybe there are some shots that don't look tremendous, but you know what? It all gets balanced out by the amazing action sequences. The action in this show is just spectacular, and paired with this art style, I mean, come on, what's not to love about this? It is so good. I wish I had more to say on it, but really, this is one of those pilots that you see and you're just like, yep, that's really, really good. I'd love to see more of that. It feels like something that could have aired on Cartoon Network in the early 2000s, and hell, if Cartoon Network knew what they were doing, they'd have it airing on there right now. Great work, Rebel Taxi. Really love this one. Again, sorry I don't have more to say. I just really, really loved it, and I really did appreciate the message too, understanding where this pilot came from, because Rebel Taxi has been, you know, working on it for a long time. They've wanted to make it for a long time. There's so much love and care poured into this idea. To finally have it realized and have the message of the pilot be, even if you're not the best artist, you should still make something. You should still try to make an impression. That's fantastic. It's meta storytelling, you could even say, and I absolutely loved it. Great work, Rebel Taxi. You should all absolutely check this one out.
Help me! I'm a secret government assassin, and I think my friends are secretly holding back on me, and everything is not as it seems! Is that your girlfriend?
Nah, not yet. Not really. Nah.
Too bad. You guys make a nice couple.
Our friend is having an episode. May we use your bathroom? Trent, in here.
Guys Next Door by Eric Kaplan. Oh, what's that? Does that name ring a bell? Well, it rung a bell in my tiny brain when I first found this pilot, and I was like, Eric Kaplan, that sounds so familiar. So I looked him up, and I realized this is a guy who's worked on Futurama and The Big Bang Theory, but that wasn't what I recognized him from. Eric Kaplan created Zombie College. Now, that might not mean anything to you, but I am a connoisseur of Zombie College. This was a show made back in like 2000 for Icebox. It was one of the earliest indie animated shows ever made, and it was coming from someone who worked in the industry and just wanted to make something. Once again, that's kind of the theme of this video. People wanting to make things, and Guys Next Door is the same sort of situation. Guys Next Door is the story of 3 government assassins teaming up with 3 regular everyday people when their paths cross by happenstance. And I'll not say any more about the story from there, but it is a lot of fun. There's a lot of surprises. They have this 3D printer, which is kind of their MacGuffin to solve anything. And at first I was like, is this gonna wind up being like a dumb sort of thing that kind of takes the wind out of the sails of this show? But no, they find a really clever way to use it later down the line. And on the whole, this is just a really fun pilot that I want to see more of. The art style is so unique and colorful. It reminds me a lot of like a more sketchily doodled Mission Hill, kind of, with the differently colored characters. They're all very unique. The voice acting, of course, this is more of a professional indie pilot pilot, I guess you could say, with it coming from Eric Kaplan. They have a team with voice actors that have worked on big TV shows like King of the Hill. One of them is listed as working on Bob's Burgers for another one. It's a star-studded cast for an indie pilot, that's for sure, and it does have the support of someone who works on TV. But that being said, it's still an indie pilot, and it's a really good one at that. It has great music. The animation is really unique too. They do a lot of interesting shots that frankly reminded me of Zombie College, which Zombie College is not what I would consider to be a particularly good looking show, but you gotta understand that was like 25, 26 years ago at this point. It's clearly a style that Eric Kaplan enjoys and that he's kind of going for, these like weird poses with the characters' faces, weird angles too. Sometimes it gets a little gross and a little bit too up close. It's very colorful as well, which sometimes works to the show's advantage. Other times it just looks really red at times, I'll say. But on the whole, Guys Next Door, really fun time. I love the like 70s spy aesthetic thing they're going for. It's a great time. You should absolutely check it out.
それではここで私がこれから絶対に売れるヒット作を発表します。じゃじゃーん。ロレッタ2。
Wait, why do I have to make Loretta 2?
なんだって当然でしょう。みんなが欲してるものだから。ロレッタが公開された時、世界中でものすごい反響を呼んだじゃん。いや、あの時のことは忘れないわ。
You weren't even my manager when I made Loretta 1. No, look, I'm sorry. I am not making Loretta 2. I can't.
まあ、そう言うと思ってたけどね。じゃあいいよ。やりたくなかったらやらなくて。
Great.
その代わり、クビ。
I'm fired?
Shinbangumi from Ginger Root. Now, this one isn't technically indie animation in the same sense as the other projects I've talked about today, but it is an indie project that contains animation, contains some stop motion and miniatures, and on top of all of that, it's awesome. Shinbangumi is an album from Ginger Root that was turned into a short film that is on the Adult Swim YouTube channel right now. It is 44 minutes long. It is a series of connecting music videos that tells the story of Cameron Liu, the creator of Ginger Root, and his pursuit to make what he wants to make, despite executives and his manager telling him to make something else. Shinbangumi is an incredible album. Really hope I'm saying the name right, or else that'd be really embarrassing. It's fantastic. Great music. I think you'll love it. And in service of this short film of interconnecting music videos that tell a story, it's incredible. It's like a musical journey. I would take a full feature-length version of this. I absolutely adore it. And aesthetically speaking, it is beautiful. It's all shot on these camcorders modded to film digitally, which is now something I'm looking into doing because look at this. Look how pretty this is and that beautiful 4x3. It's so inventive the way they set up different shots, different music videos. The sets are great. It's just incredible. And it all fits into the theme of this video, which is going out and making what you want to make. The only way you can become a better artist is by making stuff that kind of stinks at first. That's not very good, and learning and getting better and better, but you gotta make sure you're doing it for the right reasons. And those reasons have to be because you want to. If you want to make great art, if you practice at it, you will. You will make great stuff. You just gotta start making bad stuff first. You'll get better. You gotta embarrass yourself, make a fool of yourself, and after a while, it will all have been worth it. Shinbangumi, fantastic album, fantastic short, available on Adult Swim's YouTube channel. It is severely underrated, and its message and execution is the sort of thing that will motivate you, just like how it motivated me to go out and make great things, because that's what the album is all about. Check it out. It's fantastic. Well, with all that said, we're at the end of volume 2 of indie animation you should absolutely check out. So thank you for making it all the way to the end. And I want to leave you all with this because it's a very special year here on Mr. Cow. It is the 10-year anniversary in November from when I uploaded my first ever video. This video.
Hello everybody, welcome to the Cow. I'm the head honcho Cow Emoji Cow. And here, we do all different kinds of videos. So if you want to become a cow, subscribe right down there. Like for the cow to like your cow to help be a cow. Your mom's a cow, so you gotta be a cow too. Be all the cows. I'm the head cow. Be a cow with me. Be a cow follower. This is Emoji Cow. And you should be a cow too. Thank you. Dun, dun, dun.
That's where I started. And would you believe the person who made that video is not only the person talking to you today, but is also a fully employed video editor. That's crazy, right? But not really when you think about it. I worked at it for 10 years. I made awful videos just like that one for fucking years, but I never stopped and I kept learning and I got better. You can always get better. You just have to prove to the world and yourself that you suck first. That's the only way. And the only way you can do that is by making stuff. I guarantee you, every artist featured in this video will tell you the same thing. You just have to try to make something that you want to make. Even if it turns out bad, it's the only way you're gonna learn. In fact, part of the reason I decided to feature Ginger Root in this video isn't just because Shinbangumi is a perfect fit for this kind of thesis of this video, but it's because I went to a Ginger Root concert recently, and he said exactly that. He said, if you've ever wanted to make anything, you gotta start trying, because you'll fail, and it'll probably be bad, but it's the only way you'll get better. And that motivated the shit out of me, and I hope seeing these amazing indie projects from incredibly talented people motivates you as well to make stuff. And if you don't want to make stuff, at least go and support these people that are, because they're doing incredible work. They're all linked below in the order of which they appeared in this video. You will not regret it if you go and give these creators a chance. Thanks for watching. Like and subscribe to be a cow, as my 14-year-old self once said, and I'll see you all next time.